Hi there. Wanted to just go over the basic mechanics of a Turkish Get Up, a movement that is, I think, widely recognized as a super valuable movement, but is sometimes avoided because the technique can feel a little awkward as far as the coordination it takes and all the steps involved. And then also, they're just super challenging. It's really, encompasses what people mean when they say full body. So it really has a ton of components to it that require a lot of strength, agility, coordination, and balance and stability and all these other things that we seek to work on. And this brings everything together. So I want to break it down into some easy steps that you can at least remember, or try to pick a part of this that you can implement to the form that you already have. So I like to start by telling people that the Turkish Get Up is more like a Turkish rollover, because that first piece of the movement where you need to do the sit-up is actually rolling over to the other forearm. So we'll go through to the positions, and then I'll tell you what I mean by that. So first, basically just get a little bit of distance between both legs. Anytime you're doing Turkish Get Up, the arm that's lifting the weight or holding the weight, that same leg's going to be up. Next, the arm position. As long as you're in a place where you can roll over to it without this leg kind of popping back up, will be good. So I'll just go from a straight position just down a couple degrees, and then I'm going to push off this opposite leg to literally roll over to the side. So don't do a sit-up, do a rollover. So you're not getting up, you're rolling over and then getting up. So roll. And then this just makes it a ton easier. Then from here, I'm gonna push onto my hand. Make sure you don't sink into the joint. And then from this position, I'll bridge up. And you can make that bridge really high, or you can keep the bridge really low and just sweep. But typically, to get the most out of this, I will have people sweep the leg under a high bridge. So high bridge, sweep, get to the knee. You're almost in a full, bottom of lunge position. Come up, you gotta sweep that leg until the hips are straight forward, and then just stand up. Getting back down is usually a little bit more complicated. The opposite side of the arm that's up, you're just gonna step back with that leg, hinge to the side and slightly back. Make sure you don't just sit down your butt to the heel. That's gonna cause this arm to come forward. Sit down and back. Sweep this leg back through, and you can kind of creep down and roll back over to the back. Okay? So just briefly again, these steps. 1, make sure this leg is up on the same side of the arm that is up. Keep an eye on your thumb the whole time, just so that the arm takes a perpendicular place over the ground. Okay. Step 1, basically, roll over onto the forearm. 2, push onto the hand. 3, bridge. 4, sweep the leg. 5, tall position. 6, you're up. And then just reverse that. Step back, hinge and back, sweep leg, and roll over, back onto the back. One of the bigger problems is that when people try to transition from the bridge into this lunge position and then square the hips, is that they will do this and they'll get stuck. They'll bring up the hips, everything's fine so far, but then they'll do something like this. And you get caught in this really awkward position. Tough to do anything from there. So in this scenario, you want to think about making sure that the bottom of your shoe is pretty much visible the entire time. So watch. Roll over, post to hand, bridge, and sweep until that leg is behind you and your knee gently touches the ground. Up, turn the hips square, and then you can stand up. Same thing on the way back down. I'm gonna sweep the leg. I'm not gonna try to get into this weird position where I gotta get the bottom of my foot on the ground. It's no good. I'm gonna sweep it back through, slow and gentle and easy. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. Everybody should be doing Turkish get-ups, mostly, as long as shoulder health is good. But even if it's not, there's plenty of variations of Turkish get-ups that you can do that don't require going overhead, but will still get really good components of the rest of what the exercise does for you. So